Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and I deliver the messages and frequencies you need to align to your soul's most authentic and abundant nature and path. So, for today's reading, I am doing a short and sweet 3-card tarot pull with the prompt, "You are exactly where you are meant to be. A message to help you embrace your current reality." So these are going to be short and sweet little readings that just help to ground you into your current reality, help to give you a higher perspective of what's going on, and help you to embrace your reality in a way that is helpful, healing, and helps you move forward into the highest path for you and into your desired reality. So that is our reading for today. You can go ahead and choose group number 1 with the Fuchsia Carnation, group number 2 with the pink rose, or group number 3 with the pastel pink peachish carnation. And I will see you in the reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and I deliver the messages and frequencies you need to align to your soul's most authentic and abundant nature and path. So, for today's reading, my prompt is, "You are exactly where you are meant to be. A message to help you embrace your current reality." So, my intention with this is whether your current reality is beautiful and there are gifts to receive in this moment, or whether your current reality is not exactly what you want it to be. I want to help you to align with it, ground into it, and even see it from a higher vantage point so that you may fully embrace it a little bit more. So we will see what comes through in the reading. You chose the Fuchsia Carnation, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'll go ahead and give you a little close up just so you can see how amazing it is. The color is just so pretty, and I love carnations. So they're actually one of the oldest cultivated flowers in the world, and I'm pretty sure they come from Asia, I want to say. But I just think I love their chaotic beauty. So yeah, she is going to be a presence right here with us during the reading. And your 3 tarot cards, I'm only pulling 3 tarot cards for this reading. I'm keeping it short and sweet. Your 3 cards are, okay, so this is an extra major arcana in this particular deck, this Luna Le Pen deck. And you got the 3 hairs, which to me is similar to the Wheel of Fortune, the way it looks, and it has all of the zodiac signs on it. So it's giving me this like culmination, completion energy, but we'll see what the context is with the other 2 cards. Ooh, the Hierophant. So 2 out of 3 so far, major arcana, and the 10 of Wands. Okay, so overarchingly, I'm seeing this shift in a way of relating to how we're really working in the world. So there's a consciousness shift around the patriarchies coming through. There's this feeling of ultimately having this a belief that if we are to succeed, we have to kind of submit to this patriarchal energy that exists around us. So a lot of times this is the energy of the Western culture. There's a very patriarchal energy where, and there's kind of like this, there's no work-life balance in the West. Like, work in the West is at least 40 hours a week is the typical work week. And that's, for a lot of people, that's what they need to work to even just survive. A lot of people work even more than that just to make ends meet and survive. So with the Hierophant being about tradition, like a lot of times it does feel like masculine structures. There is this feeling of breaking free and breaking away from this cycle of believing that this is the only way to, quote, abundance, when in all reality, how could this be the way to abundance, when true abundance, when it's all encompassing, is freedom of time and freedom of movement and freedom of lifestyle. And if we don't have that, and we're tied to this 40-hour work week, and we're tied to like the burden and the weight of just barely getting by, how are we supposed to be inspired? How are we supposed to feel free? How are we supposed to enjoy our lives, have money to do the things we really want to do, you know? And I think people get stuck in a rut. So what I'm picking up on is this rut energy, this like feeling overwhelmed by what you have to do on the day-to-day, your responsibilities, your work, even maybe familial, like family responsibilities, being like there's a heavy weight going on. And you're meant to exist in this more balanced energy over here. I almost feel like this flower wants to be up here. She wants to comfort you, nurture you. There's this isn't the only way energy coming through. There is an opportunity for a breakthrough here. And there's a message that you don't deserve to be burdened all the time and burnt out all the time. I feel like you have a weight on your shoulders all the time. This isn't any way to live, and you're not bound to it. This feels like the spark of an awakening to the reality that this just isn't working and something has to change. There's almost a feeling of, if I keep going any further, my literal health will suffer. And so there's an inherent awakening to that makes us realize, like, this can't be the only way. There has to be another way. So my message for you is to stay open to a shift in consciousness, a shift in like a thinking outside of the box in ways in which you can move forward. There's like brainstorming session. There's there's a feeling of opening up to divine insight that wants to come in and that wants to help you process this energy and transform it and change it. And there's also the image that literally came through. These cards are bunny cards. They all have bunnies on them. And I picked these strategically because bunnies to me are the symbol for you're exactly where you're meant to be. And the image that came through was someone lighting a literal fire under a bunny's ass. So it was like, there's this feeling of like a fire being lit inside of you to make change happen, and divine insight coming in to give you inspiration and guidance as to how that can come to be. And also divine insight of like envisioning how you want your life to actually look like and how you want to strike that balance and what that feels like. That's coming through as well. So it is time for a change. You can't keep going this way. It's time to make the pivot right now. This is the pivot that you're in. So thank God you are awakening to this right now, because otherwise it is that feeling of your health will suffer if you don't make this change. There are creative ways, like they're going to come up with, once you make this decision to make a change, like you're going to come up with new creative ways to make money in ways that you can serve using your gifts, ways that you can do something that you enjoy doing. You're going to have the boldness and the bravery to start putting yourself out there in new ways. To make income. And even if it's like little things on the side for now where you can take more time away from the burdensome energy or work that you have to do and like just balance things out, that's going to come through. I really do feel like divine insight is coming through. And on the flip side of the Hierophant, like the Hierophant can be that like way too rigid, structural, like this is the way things are, gatekeeper energy, like you just have to do this kind of energy. But on the flip side of the Hierophant, they're like the positive energy of the Hierophant is a surrender to higher wisdom, a deeper wisdom. And there is this feeling of like the deeper wisdom of your body telling you we can't go on like this. We desire more and we're worthy of more. And so like surrendering to a higher power that is beyond this societal structure that tells you that this is the way things are and the way they'll continue to be. So there's just a shift in consciousness happening here, a shift in what is guiding you, a freeing of yourself, a cutting of cords to societal expectation, a new balance, a knowing that the tides are turning, an expanding of your consciousness around what's possible, and an inner harmony and balance that wants to be struck. And yeah, just new, fun, inspiring ideas on how to shift. And that's where you're at right now. So there's an opportunity in this, and it's hopeful, you know, like this is where you're at. This spark is where you're at, and embrace it, be with it, because this is the moment you decided to make a change, and that is powerful. So, all right. Thank you so much, group number 1. This was a really beautiful reading. If you'd like to support me, I'd love it if you'd like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply, I do have a Patreon account where I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One is internally focused, and that is more about your healing journey. And with that, every month I offer an in-depth infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. The other reading every month is more externally focused, which is more about your manifestation journey and what you're creating in the external world. So that would be more focused on abundance, money, your career, etc., like your life purpose. So yeah, if you want to check that out, there's a link down below for that. I also have really cute merchandise. It is my Bee and Flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. If you want to check that out. You can check below to see if I'm offering any personal readings. You can leave me a tip / buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Any amount I am so appreciative of. Check out my other infinite prayer sessions. And last but not least, you can check out my other YouTube channel, which is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. Thank you so much for being here. I'm honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and I deliver the messages and frequencies you need to align to your soul's most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for tonight's reading, we are doing a short and sweet pick a flower reading, a 3-card tarot pull. So my prompt for this reading is you are exactly where you are meant to be, a message to help you embrace your current reality. So I just want to help bring you down to earth and find the inspiration and the joy with where you're at, no matter how intense it may be, or even if it is really beautiful and you just want to deepen into the energies to embrace that beauty even more. That's also a possibility here. So let's go ahead and just get into the cards. I'm pulling from the Luna Le Pen tarot deck. This beautiful rose that you chose is going to be a presence for us during our reading. And your first card is, the World. Cycles completing. Oh my gosh. Wow. The Emperor. That's crazy. Group number 1 had 2 major arcanas as well. And then you've got the 6 of Pentacles. Part of me wants to put the World. No. Let's do it. Emperor's in the middle. That's cool. All right. I'm hearing like a payout. Like the scales balancing when it comes to money. The Emperor is about building, obviously building an empire, but building something stable and strong and secure in the world. There's this provider energy, this leadership quality. The Emperor sometimes does have a stern energy about about him. I mean, he is represented by the ram, which is a little bit stubborn. But it's a good stubbornness. There's this feeling of devotion and like it's reminding me of that Aries energy. It's like at all, like I'm going to make this happen and nothing's going to stop me. So there's this feeling of something you've been working towards, something you've been building. It's very, and there is a message with the Emperor that this is rooting, this is rooted. It really feels like this is grounded in reality. So whatever it is, like, and it feels very physical, like something in the physical material world. And you sowing something into reality over time and building something from the ground up. And with the Six of Pentacles, it feels like we're finally getting what we, like that payout, that word payout came. So this could be literal finances. This could be literal money coming in return for the work that you've put in ahead of time for what you've built. This could be like, it's like, I kind of got the image of someone who has been, okay, so say someone knows that there is an underground spring or even like, I love the idea that it's an intuitive thing, right? So maybe this is someone building something through intuition and they're just confidently going after it, even if the outside world doesn't see what they see. But say someone knows there's an underground spring on their land and they decide to invest in the machinery and the workers to dig and to build like something that will help like siphon the spring water up, and so they can harvest the spring water, they can drink the spring water or use it for whatever they want. So it's like all this upfront work on this faithful notion that there is spring water there, and even spending money into it, investing so much energy into digging and putting whatever needs to be put in place to build, you know, that ability to receive that spring water. It's that energy. That's a kind of symbolism to what's going on. The work you've put in is finally going to reap the rewards and benefits. And it's like a forever bit. Like once you tap into that, you put in that upfront work, that reward never goes away. Like that spring water is ever flowing. It will never stop. Like that is how the earth abundance works. So you're tapping into this beautiful harmony with the earth. Like the earth wants you to have that water and rewards you for doing that work and following your intuition and listening to her when she tells you there is water down here. Please dig. I will give you this water for free and in infinite amounts. And so there's also some beautiful quality about it, and especially with the Emperor of provision. So like once you tap into what it is you've been building and growing, and you do find that reciprocal energy and it's that pay back in a way, there's this feeling of not only do you have enough for yourself, but you have enough for everyone. Everyone. It's infinite in nature. Spring water is infinite in nature, and it's ever flowing. And this is something you've tapped into. And that's a natural, with the Six of Pentacles being about balance and being about receiving what's rightfully yours. The fact that you went off of faith and your intuition and this invisible, you went after this invisible, miraculous, divine thing. In return, there's this miraculous, divine payout that's just forever and infinite in nature. So your message here is whatever it is you're digging for, whatever it is you're building, and like there's like a feeling of like, I don't know if it's congratulations or just approval in a way of what you're doing. Like what you're building is so beautiful. And it's so aligned with the earth, and it's so aligned with the divine. And so it's supported, and it's so stable and so solid. And it's something that will never, it will expand beyond what you could even fathom. And it will never, the energy and essence of it will only expand. That's the best way to put it. The earth plane, the material plane, of course, is, you can't know how long something in the earth plane will last, but something in spirit is forever. And that's what you're a part of right now. And the physical abundance that comes from this and what you give to the earth and the people around you from this is infinite and abundant in nature. And there's like so much inspiration here, like what you're building, and when you spread that to others, it's inspiring for others, and it will spread like wildfire. It's just like infinite. I don't know, I said the word infinite a million times, but what you're building is infinite, and it will take a life of its own. And it's because you're co-creating with the divine. You're letting yourself be guided by nature and the divine, and it's beautiful. And you're so worthy of this sense of stability and structure and rootedness within this infinite love and potential and abundance. With the world being here, I feel like we're ending a cycle of, like, the world's about like a culmination of something, like an old cycle ending and a new cycle beginning. And this does feel like that old cycle of like the building and the investment up front and with no reward. It feels like that cycle's ending, and then we're in a whole new era where we're receiving from here on out. And we're learning what that feels like and finding stability within that, in that abundance. And it will never have to look back. It's a whole new reality in the physical realm. It started in spirit, but now it feels like it's present in physical as well, in our mind, in our consciousness, in our body, and in our physical world around us. And we're able to channel this beauty and this abundance and what we've built in a way that supports everyone around us and makes them feel secure too. So, beautiful job. You're so worthy. You're so worthy of this. You followed your faith and your intuition, and you're harvesting that amazing, pure, perfect spring water that's so nourishing to the body and to everyone who wishes to partake of it, So, alrighty. So yes, this is your short and sweet 3-card pull today. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like to support my channel, I'd love it if you'd like, comment, or subscribe. If you'd like to be supported by me on a monthly basis, I do have a Patreon where I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month and 1 infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki transmission. There's a link down below for that if you're interested in that. You can also leave me a tip / buy me a coffee. I am appreciative of any little bit that comes through. You can check out to see if I have any personal readings, or you can check out my other infinite prayer sessions. Lastly, you can check out my other YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. Thank you so much. I am honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and I deliver the messages and frequencies you need to align to your soul's most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, we are doing a short and sweet 3-card pull. And my prompt for this reading is, you are exactly where you are meant to be. A message to help you embrace your current reality. So you chose group number 3 with the peach carnation. I will show you her beauty right now. I love the crazy chaos of the carnation, such an underrated flower. So beautiful, and she is going to be a nice presence for us during our reading. So I pulled 3 cards from the Luna Lipin Tarot, and I chose these intentionally because they all have bunnies on them, and rabbits are my sign for you are exactly where you're meant to be. So let's see where you're at and why you're meant to be there. So we have the Lovers. Yeah, damn. Every single reading so far has had 2 major arcanas. So major shifts happening in the collective right now. I love it. And then we've got the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Lovers, the High Priestess, and the Page of Wands. All right, what do we have? First message that came through, if you're sensing and intuiting, for those of you who are single, a romantic partnership, a soulmate relationship coming in, if you have that on your mind, on your heart, or you feel that coming in a way, like you have like a knowing about it, this is a confirmation that that's true. You are tapping into the energy of a potential soulmate romantic relationship. It feels very harmonious. The Lover's card is about harmony itself. Also, the Lover's card has typically there is an angel. I mean, in this card, there is 2 bunnies in the bottom and there's an angel bunny on top. And with the volcano there's the symbolism of passion. And there's this feeling of the divine bringing you together. So this is a union blessed by the divine. It is very fated. There's this feeling of you can't miss it. Like it's inevitable. And the more you surrender and let go of it, the more that inevitability will happen. Like there's this feeling of, it's of course fine to align with it, to connect to it, to feel it, but just knowing and trusting that the timing will just be perfect when it comes, and not being attached to any timing of it, any external expression of what it may look like. There is this feeling of being wide open in our spirit and in our soul. There's a message that you don't actually know what it's going to look like. It's actually going to look completely different from anything that you could have fathomed thus far. You may have caught glimpses. You may have caught sparks. You may have had like nods to what it might be, but it's not going to be what you thought. It's really not. It's going to be completely new, completely fresh, completely different from anything you've ever experienced. That being said, there will be qualities and elements of familiarity, of feeling like this has always been in a way. So in a weird way, there is that kind of, what's the word? The paradox, where it feels so familiar, like this is exactly what it makes. It makes perfect sense. But then there's also that feeling of, this is not what I expected at all. So there's that dichotomy happening. But there's just a feeling of you trusting and moving forward in your faith and knowing that like you can trust your intuition on this thing. Any pings you've gotten, any signs, anything that you know in your soul is pointing you in the direction of this harmony and this partnership and this union. That's the truth. That's like ultimately the truth for you. At this point, I am going to say those of you who are already in a union, I mean, there's a huge confirmation that you're in. If those are the energies that you feel, that kind of paradox, this feels perfect but not what I expected, then there's a huge confirmation that you found that person that you've known all along you're meant to find. But for the most part, it does feel like the people who are coming to group number 3 are single and looking for that person. Page of Wands, interesting. What is going on with the Page of Wands in this mix? Cute little guy with his little carrot. He's just like so eager and so sweet, and there's a feeling of like someone coming forward to you and offering you their like meager wand, like offering you like, oh, there's almost like a trickling effect too. Okay, so Page of Wands, like wands are fire element, and like a spark of inspiration, a spark of passion, but it's like the smaller energy of that. Like pages are it's like a lesser amount. But there's this feeling of like it's starting out without like, it's just a tiny spark of recognition. It's not this huge, fiery, passionate energy that just like blows you away all of a sudden. It's more of like this inherent like, oh, I know you. I recognize this person. Or like, oh, I really like this person. I don't know why, but I just feel comfortable around them. I feel safe around them. And I feel like I want to know them. Like, it's just like this beginning energy, like this, like experimental, or like explorative. That's more a better word. Like, I just want to explore this. I don't know what it'll be, but it's not making me scared at all, but it's also making me excited in small ways. And I feel safe. I feel good. I feel like I can be myself. And it just feels really good. And I'm going to let this light grow. And then it's this feeling of it exponentially growing. Like, it just starts off slow, like a slow burn, and then it like gradually builds, and then it's like this insane flaming fire, but it's like a steady fire because you gave it that slow and steady beginning. So, okay, so I was like pausing for a second there because I was like, wait, this reading's supposed to be about, like, my prompt is you are exactly where you're meant to be, and a message to help you embrace your current reality. Okay. So this is for my people who are craving this type of relationship in their current reality and not seeing it, and it's this feeling of like, there's a message here of trust and knowing that this is already yours. This union is already a part of who you are. It's already existing within your being, and it's inevitable. Like, there's nothing you can do to miss it. Like, as long as you're following your inner guidance, as long as you're following your intuition, and then there's also another message here to find that harmony within, find that love within. Those places in your soul that are craving this type of connection, feed those places with love and with awareness and acknowledgement and honor. Be with those, like, okay, so for instance, if you're feeling like that lack energy of like, where's my partner? I really wish I had someone here. I really wish I had that person to spend my life with. We're sitting in that energy and we're just being aware of it, and we're kind of asking ourselves, why am I feeling lack when deep in my soul I know this is meant for me, and I know this is a part of who I am, and it's only a matter of time before it becomes reality. So it's already satiated. The truth is that this is already satiated within your being. And that's totally mirrored in the fact that when you meet this person, it's not this huge awakening, crazy thing. It's just a slow, like, oh yeah, I recognize that. Like, I've recognized that in myself, in another person. Like, it's a counterpart. Like, it's like, I just recognize that and I want to explore it. And so, you're not lacking anything right now. That union exists within your being, and you can always tap into it. I will say as well, if you want to feel like you're making moves towards this, there's this feeling of tapping into your intuition and asking the divine, asking your higher self, however you connect, how can I align to this union that is meant for me, that is inevitable? And putting it out into the universe. And then trusting and knowing, even if you don't get a message right then and there, just trusting and knowing that the signs will be there, the guidance will be there, and I don't even think that's the thing. It's not external signs. It's not a ton of external signs that you're going to get. It's more of like this calm, steady guidance, this internal guidance. And it really just feels like these, like the Page of Wands is just like these tiny sparks of inspiration, these tiny sparks of like gut feelings of like, I feel like I need to go there, like, and then the day when you meet this person, you just had this subtle gut feeling that I'm going to take this street today and see what, I've never been down over there. I've never been to that cafe, or I've never been, and it's just like a subtle nudge of like, I'm just going to explore this. And then boom, and it's like, and it's not climactic. Like, it's not crazy. It's just like, oh, hey, like, interesting human, let's explore this steady, slow, strong growth. So it's just like, this is like taking the pressure off of like wanting a relationship. This is like an easier route. And I feel like those who came to group number 3, maybe you want it. Like, it's almost like you need this type of thing because the pressure doesn't need to be there. This union exists already in your soul and it's inevitable. Like, just take that pressure off. You're going to align with it, period. You already are aligned with it. That's the message. You are aligned with it. It's in you. So don't don't feel lack. But when you do feel lack, just remember that truth and align with that truth above all. Alrighty, I think this is your reading. So thank you so much. I am honored to channel these messages for you. If you'd like to support my channel, I'd love it if you'd like, comment, or subscribe. You can check out my other tarot readings. There are more in-depth ones here on YouTube, or you can check out the readings on my Patreon. On my Patreon, I offer 2 in-depth readings, pick a flower readings every month, along with 1 infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki transmission. So far I've got 10 readings and 5 Reiki transmissions on there. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down below. You can also leave me a comment. What am I saying? Leave me a tip / buy me a coffee if you feel called to. You can check out my merchandise. It is my bee and flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. Super cute. You can see if I have any personal readings available down below. You can check out my other infinite prayer sessions that are connected to readings here on YouTube. Or last but not least, you can check out my other YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It's my heart and soul in video form. Thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence and I hope I see you in another reading. Bye.